What do the world's most expensive pencils look like? Well, I've had to wait weeks, and this package has had to travel thousands of miles to my studio to answer that question. Let's have a look at the world's most expensive pencils. Let's get right into this. While you watch me unbox these pencils, I'm just gonna tell you guys exactly how much the pencils were right off the top. And after that, we'll compare these pencils to a premium art pencil and also to another really expensive pencil. And it's not gonna be one of those videos where you have to watch the whole thing just to find out how much they are. I hope you do watch the whole thing, by the way. And I'm gonna be talking about these amazing pencils. While you watch me unbox these pencils, I'll let you know that they cost $120 USD. So I'm from Canada, and so that's about 165 Canadian dollars. And then when you add the extra 35 in duties and customs, it comes to about $200 Canadian for this set of 10 pencils. These pencils come from Japan. They're much more than just regular pencils. They're from a master woodworker and an artist, really. He is mostly a furniture artist, I believe, but he's made this set of 10 pencils. His name is Shigeki Miyamoto, and he's created this incredible set of pencils. Okay, here we go. Now that all the wrapping is off, you see the packaging here. There's a little pamphlet that comes with it. There's some Japanese writing, and it says BOSCO Wood pencils. And you can see this sort of Japanese elegance at play here, this very simplistic and very clean looking pencil case. This is in a plastic bag right now, so I think I'll just take that off. I'm not going to be keeping that. But here it is. So this is cardboard, this pencil case. It's a little cardboard box with these cutouts. And right before I open them to show you the pencils, let's take a look at this pamphlet. On the inside you have these two people. Now, I don't read Japanese. I did live in Japan for a year, but I really didn't get far with learning how to read it. I was able to read the two of the easier scripts, the hiragana and katakana, but these ones are tricky, all of these kanji. And then on the inside, we have a write-up of the different kinds of pencils we have. And yeah, I'm going to get into that. And I'm just going to remove the pencil case from this cardboard box, and there's another bag. So I'll just open that up. Now I will have to very carefully open this bag because I'm going to put these pencils back. Here are the pencils. Now the first thing that really strikes me is all the different colors of wood and the really beautiful grains in these pencils. So now let's take a closer look at what's written on these pencils. Okay, and we see those little numbers there. So those numbers refer to something called the specific gravity. Basically, specific gravity is a measure of density, but more specifically, it's a measure of relative density. So it's talking about how dense is that thing compared to water. And how we find out the specific gravity is we just take the density of the object and divide it by the density of water. And so you're going to get a number that's either below 1 or above 1. If it's above 1, it's heavier than water and it'll sink. And if it is below 1, like all of these pencils are, it's lighter than water and it will float. So it's just a measure of how dense something is relative to 1. Let's take a closer look at the pencil case. It's a single piece of wood, and this is a maple wood. It says that on the brochure. I cheated. And you can see that there's this little cutout. This is really quite a cool design feature. And when you have your pencil in there, you push on the cutout part and the other side pops up, which allows you to grab the pencil. That way you don't have to disturb the rest of the pencils when you're trying to dig one out. So that's a very cool little design feature. And as I'm putting these away, now let's take a look at all of the different kinds of wood that these pencils are sourced from all around the world. And after that, we'll compare these pencils to a premium art pencil and also to another really expensive pencil. This one says Japanese cypress, and it's from Japan. So instantly we can tell that the pattern is what kind of wood it is and then where that wood is from, where it's been harvested. This is a rosewood pencil from India. We have a red birch from Japan. Here we have a walnut from North America. A beautiful grain on this one. Number 5 in the series is oak, and that's from Japan. You see the little owl on all of these pencils. Really beautiful pencils. And this one's not wanting to focus. So let me just reposition it. Okay, there we go. We have a beautiful mahogany color. This one's from Brazil. And this one, I can't really seem to read where it's from. It's an odd wood. It's really dark on the one side, and then it gets quite light. I think that's probably the best view. I wish they would have gone with a lighter font for this one, but you can see that it says an African Padauk, P-A-D-A-U-K, and that's from Guinea. Next we have a Nara tree. I have never even heard of that kind of tree, from the Philippines. And you can see all these little notches and grooves. It looks like somebody's been chewing it. And then we have a teak from Thailand. Now I am colorblind, but to me this kind of has a green tint to it. I don't know if that's true or not. And then lastly, another Japanese tree. This is the Zelkova tree. Okay, now that we have a good sense of where all the wood for these pencils has been sourced and the color of them and the grains and so on, let's see how they write. And to do that, we'll have to sharpen them. So I'll just grab a regular stainless steel sharpener. And we'll start with the number 1, the Japanese cypress. Immediately I can feel that the diameter of the pencil is slightly larger than standard pencils. It does fit in the sharpener, but not quite as comfortably. So I am having to apply more pressure to the sharpening of this pencil. You don't get a nice long tail of sharpened endings with this cypress. So I wonder if that's going to be the same or different with the other pencils. It's taking a lot longer than I would like, but let's see where we're at. Looking at the tip, I see that the wood is not completely aligned with the graphite. So I don't know if that's going to be a problem to the writing, but typically when you see that kind of result, the leads will break more easily. So that'll just have to play out. Move on to the rosewood. This is a beautiful coiled sharpened ending. And this one feels much softer and easier to sharpen, very much like a regular pencil. Beautiful color. And on this third one, it was difficult, and I see at the very end, bam, the lead has broken. So that is suboptimal to say the least, but we're going to press on with a walnut. Get a nice long tail from this walnut. But again, not an ideal tip. And at this point, number 5, the oak, which of course is a very hard wood, was indeed hard to sharpen. And after much effort, I've managed to sharpen it just about halfway. Okay, I'll press on. And much to my chagrin, the lead has gone again. All right then, that's 2 out of 5 that have broken leads when attempting to sharpen them. So I may have to abandon this project. I'm going to put them to one side, and I'll not sharpen the other ones. But we are going to press on with the drawing test and maybe even compare it with some other pencils. Okay, now to the drawing test. I'm going to compare the cores, so the graphite or the lead that's inside these pencils, to professional art pencils. And I'll compare 2. The first one will be this Staedtler Mars Lumograph. This is also an HB, so it's the same degree of softness as all of these Woods, BOSCO Woods pencils. And when I test pencils, I usually like to do just 5 shades, a light, kind of a medium light, a medium dark, and then the darkest shade
for that particular grade. So this is a pencil I'm very used to, the feel of it. I'm looking for consistency, I'm looking for graininess, looking for overall feel, looking for amount of shine. There are lots of different things that kind of build up intuition-wise. So now, under the assumption that the graphite cores for all of these pencils are the same, I'm just going to test the one. It'll be the Japanese cypress. And it feels a little grainier. Still very good. I would not put this at all in a general writing pencil category. I certainly would put this in the art pencils category. So it's slightly grainier. Almost feels maybe a half a degree softer as well. Not quite an HB. Maybe something like somewhere between an HB and a B. So for quality, yeah, I think I'm going to go with the $1 pencil over the $20 pencil. Both are very exceptional art quality. And one last test, I will compare this $20 BOSCO pencil to another very expensive pencil. This is Caran d'Ache, and this is a Swiss pencil. This is also an HB for degree. So let's compare using the same 5 qualities. This one feels very different than the other two. And it feels a little bit harder than both of the other two. Almost half a degree harder than the HB, I would say. So there's a comparison. All three are obviously art quality, premium quality. The price difference is pretty drastically different. So you have a $10 versus a $1 versus a $20 pencil. And is it worth it, the extra money? Well, I'm going to leave that for you to decide. Obviously, there's a huge novelty aspect to having 10 different pencils from 10 different forests from all these different countries. Not 10 different countries, but all of these different countries. I'm very happy with having made the purchase. I think that these are a wonderful set to add to the collection. But for now, I think I'll be sticking with my standards. So that's it. If you're new to the channel, I really do appreciate a follow, a subscribe, likes, comments, shares, all of that stuff that helps my videos go out to as many people as possible. Until next time, happy drawing.